101.1 FM. And tonight, if you can hear the sound of my voice this evening, you're on to a very special program. A program dedicated to all the lovers out there. A program that celebrates love in all its beauties and complexities. They say love is the most beautiful feeling on the planet. It's also the most the warmest, the strongest, and the most powerful emotion. It can inspire, it can make you fly when you feel like you're falling. It has a way of pushing through, making those painful times all the sweeter. They say love also cuts the deepest. It has a way of making you feel like you're on top of the world, but also has a way of shattering and breaking you apart. When you love so deeply, when you hold on so tightly, it has a way of transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, the supernatural into a realm, a world, a stratosphere that one cannot exist, that one doesn't even know can be achieved. It has a way of elevating you to a place of pure bliss. It can make your heart feel as light as a feather and can shatter you like glass. But then, with the power of love, it's always important to tend to it, to grow it, especially when it comes from a significant other. That is the beauty and the complexity and the power of love. If you're just tuning in to this program, I'd like to welcome you to Heartbeat, a program dedicated to you out there, to all the lovers out there, from the young lovers to the old flames. This is your time, this is your program, and this is a special time for you to share that love, to spread it, to celebrate it, to understand it, to learn from it, and also to grow in it. Because here on Heartbeat, we promote healthy relationships between partners, between spouses, between girlfriends or boyfriends. That's what we do here. Because we understand and celebrate love in all its beauties and complexities. So whether you're a content heart this evening, just snuggled up and wrapped up with that very special person you call your heartbeat, especially on a night like this, a cool, cool evening. Or maybe you're a lonely heart this evening, looking for that very special person you can call your own. Or maybe you're a troubled heart and you have questions about your relationship, about your love, and about life itself, and you're looking for those answers and solutions. I can tell you this: tonight, if you can hear the sound of my voice, you're tuned into the right place. So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and join me as we take another ride down Lover's Lane. And of course, my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And tonight, once again, I have the unique privilege, the distinguished honor to be your host this evening as we take another magical ride down Lover's Lane. So, sit back, enjoy, and embrace the love that is in your life. and also reach out for the love that you want in your life. We hope to entertain, to grow, and always to educate you about the best practices of your love. We're going to take a very short break. When we come back, we're going to dive straight into the topic of the day. Of course, keep your dial locked to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Tim and Bob, Bobby Valentino, you know how we do.
You're still tuned to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, I'd like to welcome you back to Heartbeat, a program dedicated to all the lovers out there. And of course, my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And in the immortal words of Charlie Chaplin, I'm a tramp, a gentleman, a poet, a dreamer, a lonely fellow, always hopeful of romance and an adventure. Tonight, we have a very interesting topic to kick off this evening. But before we do that, you can actually catch this program live on our social media pages. Just go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, you name it, we're on it. Just type in Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, leave your comments and observations, because without feedback from you, there is no point for us to be here. So, join us live. You can catch us live here in the station. You can in the station here and join the program. Of course, that cannot be done, of course, without the able and capable hands of one of our own, Mr. Desmond. He's our chief camera operator. In fact, he's our visual guy. He's the person that's streaming us. In fact, just, he's the one that's, in fact, making me look this good. In fact, I have to praise him because today is actually his birthday. And if I don't, I'm pretty sure he's going to make me look bad. But Desmond, if you're out there, you're behind the camera, I say happy birthday to you. Of course, you can also catch our program anywhere you are on the surface of the planet through our Human Rights Radio app. Just go to the Google Play Store or your iOS store and actually download our app, Human Rights Radio, and join the program anywhere you are. And also, the good thing about our social media platforms, all our programs we stream live. So there's archives there. So if there's any program at any point in time, maybe a program you heard from last week, yesterday, that anytime you want, that you want to make reference to or you want to hear back again, just visit our social media pages. We have it all live there. You can catch back. You can just recall or recap or catch an earlier program or previous program from any day or any time, and you'll always be up to speed. That's one of the things we do here on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, where, of course, we redefine broadcasting. Now, to the conversation at hand. Now, yesterday, we talked about appreciation in a relationship. We talked about 3 very vital words in a relationship. These words that could just, act as lubricants, act as the cushioning effect. They act as, they're just 3 simple words that if we apply them, we make regular use of them and apply them in honesty and sincerity in our relationships, we see that the grease, the engine of our relationship will move smoothly and also will go the distance. And what were those 3 words we talked about? I mean, it's something that we generally as human beings should always adopt. But in the context of a relationship, especially when you're in a relationship with another person, you're sharing that time, you're sharing that space, you're sharing your heart, your emotions with that person. It's always key to use these 3 words. Thank you. I'm sorry. And of course, please. We talked extensively about how important it is to apply these words in your relationship. We even broke it down at each point in time and each vectors where these words can come in and be used. We all know how it is. We all know how it feels. And one of the most hurtful things, or one of the most hurtful things in a relationship, or even painful, is the feeling of being, for lack of a better word, the feeling of being underappreciated. That everything you do, the efforts you make, the little things you do are not appreciated. Even your time, your energy. your love, your life, the crux of your being poured into that relationship, when you feel underappreciated, it hurts, especially from somebody you truly, truly care and love. Everybody wants to feel special. Everybody wants to feel special in the eyes of their significant other. So it's always very key and vital to interject, to always remember that person and celebrate them, even the little things. Like we say, the devil's in the details. It's the little things that make the relationship sweeter. It's those little sprinkles of salt and sugar, not just waiting for the big moments, but celebrating the mundane, that they may seem mundane, but they are the points in the relationship that keep it going, that keep it moving forward. Please, I'm sorry, and thank you. Today, I want to move on along those lines, but I want to highlight something. I think if you've been following this program, if you've been following this program from the beginning, I think one of the very first episodes that we had of this program, we talked about one very vital aspect, fundamental. In fact, it's sort of like the cornerstone, the foundation of any relationship. We talked about communication. And it may seem, wow, why are we talking about communication? Everybody knows, but not everybody knows. And it's not just communication, not just, exchanging of ideas back and forth. It also entails honest, open dialogue, and also active listening. Active listening. There's no point in communicating if that message is not being passed across, if that information that's being passed across between two people, there's nothing being done, or there's nothing being there's no how do I put this, there's no reaction. They say everything causality, there's cause and effect, action and reaction. There's no point in communicating if there is no reaction from the action. Let me give you an example. It's like saying you talk to your partner about could you please throw out the dust, throw out the trash. Just throw out the trash. It's something that your partner keeps saying. You say, okay, I'll do that, and you don't act on it. It just feels like that communication, that exchange of ideas is falling on deaf ears. Now, communication to me, it completes its circuit, it completes that cycle when there is a reaction to that action. But before we get into that, let's just dive straight into just communication in general. Now, every relationship is predicated, it's started on some sort of mutual attraction. And it always picks up from some maybe shared goal or shared idea, shared belief, shared attraction, shared love, something. Something must bring the two of you together, whether it's towards marriage, whether it's towards just dating, or just meeting somebody for the first time. Something, there is some sort of shared action. There's just something shared mutual understanding that sparks up that relationship. And usually it starts off through communication, through maybe a conversation, through talking, whether it's body language. Now, we've highlighted here on this program about, breaking down communications. Of course, there's verbal communication, there's non-verbal communication, there's body language, there's facial expressions. There's so many ways we can communicate. But the most important thing about communication is not just passing information, but also receiving and acting on that information. It's sort of like a computer system. A computer is made up of the input, hardware, software, input, a computer process. In fact, let me get a little technical here, even though I'm not I'm not a technician. But a computer process, you put in data. You put in information with a keyboard, you type it in. Now, when that information goes into the computer, it's processed. And then when you print out maybe whatever information you've keyed in or whatever computation you've typed in, maybe for a response, that response you get back, that printed out data, whatever it is, that now becomes your information that has been processed and has been worked on and is giving you a result. Communication in a relationship follows the same process. When information is passed, when one partner is maybe revealing something or talking about something, you as that person, the significant other, are receiving that information and then acting on it, maybe by your own response or in your own action. Now, that is what completes the cycle of communication, which is fundamental. Have you ever been in a relationship where it feels like you're talking to a brick wall? It feels like you're saying something and your partner isn't listening. Now, I have this friend of mine. He's a very good friend of mine. And one thing I always like to make fun of him with is that he has selective hearing. And I think it's something that a lot of us men tend to develop, tend to embrace. What do I mean by selective hearing? Now, husbands, boyfriends, I think you can agree with me on this. Sometimes you feel that your lady, maybe she just talks too much. Because I won't say talking too much, but because ladies, when they care about you, when you're that person in their life, they want to share, they want to communicate, they want to talk to you. But sometimes as a guy, as a man, you just don't want to talk. It's not an indictment that you don't love the person. Sometimes ladies confuse that. No, sometimes you just don't want to talk. Maybe, sometimes it's okay to be comfortable in the silences, but sometimes you just don't want to talk. But she wants to talk to you. She wants to tell you about her day. She wants to share with you. She wants to open up with you. It's indicative of women. She wants to. If she cares about you, she wants to talk to you. She wants you to listen to her. She wants you to feel what she's feeling. She wants to share with you, her significant other. And so when she gets into this was my day and this person said this and that, so I did this and that, you sort of develop this sort of I call it selective hearing. You sort of like tune out every other thing and then just give those okay, yes, really, but you're not actually listening. You're not actually listening, but you're there. And so sometimes you miss out details in that conversation. Now, it's not proper, but I feel when you care about someone, it may seem like a chore, but you make that effort. You make that effort. You listen. Nobody wants to feel like they're not being listened to. Nobody, it's a terrible feeling. You want your lady to listen to you when you make a point, but you don't want to take that time to listen. And it's part of a relationship. It's not easy, but you must also add to contribute. You must put in your part. You must play your part. Sometimes all a lady wants, all a woman wants, is to feel like you're present, to feel, to hear that, to know that you are listening, you're participating, you're communicating with her. Now, in the context of what we're talking about, communication, it's key, it is vital, and it is something that stands as a corner piece of every relationship. Communicating, and not just talking, I mean properly communicating. And not just waiting for the big moments, maybe when you quarrel, to actually talk about things, or when you fight. No. But actually taking your time, taking the presence of mind to actually talk to one another. Even in those quiet moments, just talk. Share yourself, open yourself. You're in a relationship. My father will always say, if human beings were designed to know everything that was going on in each other's minds, God would have made our heads wide open so that you could just read a person's thoughts right off the top. Now, it's not possible, but when you choose to be in a relationship with someone that you care about, someone that you love, you must make that active participation, that active choice to communicate, to share, to talk, to open up. It's not easy. Let me use myself as an example. One thing I know about myself, one thing that I think is one of my main flaws, is that I find it very hard to share, especially when it comes to maybe my problems, what I'm going through. I find it very hard to share, not just with my partner, but with my friends, with my family. I just find it very hard to share. And it might come from this innate desire where men, you feel society has conditioned men to believe, you're a man, you tackle every problem head on. It is your cross, you carry it. I just find it hard to share, especially when it comes to my problems. Not because I'm being selfish, not because it's just something that I'm working on. I'm only human, so of course I'm working on it. It's something that I'm actively making steps towards working on. Because society has already designed it in a way that men, it's hard to be vulnerable. Showing that vulnerability, opening yourself up, you're tagged as being weak. You're tagged as not being a man. But if you're in a relationship, you should be able to be vulnerable with your significant other. Yes, society, you want to be that symbol of strength for your family. You want to be that symbol of strength, that dependability, that rock to your woman. But those who are truly strong are not afraid to be vulnerable with the person they love. And now this also goes to you, ladies. Accept your man when he is weakest. That is love. That is being able to see the back, the front, the good, the bad, and the ugly of that person. Not just the shiny parts, but also the dirty parts. It's sort of like bread. I love bread. I love to eat bread. And I love bread, the crust, the loaf, I love everything. That's what love is. You love the crux of that person, the crust of that person. The good and the bad is what makes that person whole. And that's what you should accept. And that only can be done through active, open and honest, frank communication. Guys, you should not be afraid. Men should not be afraid to be vulnerable with this person, because maybe for our next topic, I'll talk about trust. But today we're talking about communication, and that comes with trust. Trusting somebody enough to be vulnerable with that person. But the only way you can achieve that, to establish that, is through honest, open, and frank communication with your partner. You have a lot of marriages coming together and falling apart just because there wasn't that open, honest communication. There wasn't that frank dialogue. Sometimes the lies we tell ourselves, the lies we tell others, it just clouds our communication. Or maybe you don't even feel safe or vulnerable enough to open yourself up to your lady. And ladies, sometimes your expectations Maybe it's society that has implanted it, where Z World or Telemundo has shown you how Alejandro loved Alessandra de la Rosa or whatever. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. You know, Alejandro is in love with Alessandra de la Rosa, and how he's willing to take a book. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. We expect too much. We forget that our men, we're just human beings. We are flawed. We are we're flawed. We're perfectly flawed. That's what makes us human. But you have this idealized picture of what a man should be. A man should be this. And that's not realistic. And because you have unrealistic expectations, sometimes your man, to try and meet up now, cannot communicate, cannot be open, cannot unclench, cannot let go. He's trying to maintain that facade to impress you. And then he starts to lie. And they say, oh, all men are liars and cheaters and all that. But you must understand, he's human. He's flawed. There are days where he wants to break down and just cry. There's days when the world, the pressure of the outside world is so crushing. And now he comes home and he can't unburden himself because you won't let him be vulnerable with you. You don't give him that room to be vulnerable. Men are human too. Men aren't bulletproof. Sometimes we put out that tough exterior, but sometimes we just you just want somebody to just be there. You have to be able to see that. Let your man express that self, create an environment which allows him to be able to be vulnerable, to be able to put down his guard when he's around you and not feel like he has to put his fists up every day to shield off, fight. And men, you also have to be able to tap into that vulnerability. I've always said this, I've said this many times. Men and women, the differences between us. Women are emotional driven creatures. Men are sexual driven creatures. A man is attracted by what he sees before what he hears. A woman is attracted to what she hears before what she sees. A man sees with his eyes, a woman sees with her heart. Men, you have to be able to access the vulnerability in you. There's nothing degrading. There's no shame in being open, honest and vulnerable with that person you love, if you truly love her. You hear some men say, you can't trust women, women are this, women are that, blah blah blah. Well, men, women can't trust you. You lie. If you're going to take anything away this evening, take away this. We need to embrace open, honest, and frank communications. We need to be able to look one another in the eye and accept who we are. We're all human beings. We are all flawed. Nobody's perfect and nobody has all the answers. But in a relationship, two people who are flawed come together to complement one another, to better one another, to grow together, to learn together, to struggle together, to live together, to love together. That's what makes a relationship beautiful. To be able to push through everything and know that this person, this one person, no matter how the world beats you down, no matter the highs and lows, that person truly knows you and truly has your back. That kind of connection comes from communication, which is why communication stands as the foundation, the foundational cornerstone of every relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's you're just somebody you're dating. That's what stands. If there is that basic communication from the beginning, that basic understanding, that basic openness, that basic frankness. Communication opens the door for many things. Open, honest, frank communication brings about loyalty, brings about trust, brings honesty. It starts with the truth. It starts with accepting who we are. It starts with being realistic. It starts with being vulnerable. That's where communications starts from, towards blossoming into a beautiful, loving, and prosperous relationship. This is still Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, where we redefine broadcasting. And this, of course, is Heartbeat. And my name is Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. We're going to take a short break, a short musical break. And when we come right back, we're going to open up the phone lines to you out there for you to call in, share your thoughts, your comments, your observations, and of course, ask your questions. And we here on Heartbeat will do our best to prefer you with the solutions to all those questions and problems you may have in your relationships. And all the questions, anything. That's what we do here. And of course, like we always say, no man is an island of knowledge. No man is a library of knowledge. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a social scientist. I'm just a man with a passion for love. So if you want to contribute, if you want to add, you want to put in your 2 cents, this is going to be your time for you to feel free and let us all communicate in love and harmony. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Heartbeat on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, where we redefine broadcasting. Tonight, it's now time for us to open up our phone lines to you out there, for you to call in, share your thoughts and your observations, whether you just want to reach out to that very special person and let them know how you feel, or maybe you just want to say, hey, you know what? I love you and I appreciate you. Or maybe you just you're looking out to reach out to somebody, your lonely heart, and you just want to reach out and say, you know what? This is how I feel about you. Or maybe you're a troubled heart and you have questions in your relationship and you're looking for solutions. You've been tossing and turning and you're looking for those solutions to those problems. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're tuned to the right place. Of course, the number to call still remains 080-3322-1149. I'll take it again. 080-3322-1149. Who's going to be my lucky first caller this evening? Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, welcome to the program, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Promise. I'm calling from Galadima.
How's Galadimawa this morning, my brother?
Galadima is cool and calm.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Now, please, I'm sorry. I want to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I met a lady. I met a lady not quite long. I met a lady last year, 2017.
Okay.
Early 2017. I met this girl in Lagos. So it was quite unfortunate. That moment, I left Lagos back to Abuja. We keep communicating, me and this lady. Most of the times, I do things to please her. Maybe buy her a recharge card. On her birthday, I buy her gift. Do one thing to the other.
Yes.
And apart from that one, I buy her, when she was complaining of her phone, I buy her phone, buy her things that's which she want. And this lady was like telling me, promise me heaven, telling me the story that she don't have any other guy. Apart from me, I don't know. And I keep communicating with this girl. Just for me, when we reach Christmas period,
yes,
I was like, okay, please, I was calling the girl, then I was in Abuja, the girl was in Lagos.
Yes.
Just for me to meet her, or at the one-on-one, we sit down with another issue.
Yes.
The very day I visit this girl, I think I met about 3 guys in the house, and I met about 2 guys. I'm the third person. So the girl was like confused. Who is she going to follow? Because she has been lying to me on phone.
Okay.
And it is suggested that I decided to move on my life. But up to today, I'm still thinking about this girl. I cannot just, sometimes I will just, okay, let me just call this girl. I will never call this girl again. Before I know, I will just dial her number. And sometimes if I'm talking to her like this, I always feel very hot in me. I don't know.
Yes.
So in this situation like this, how will I tackle it?
Okay. My brother, thank you for calling. This kind of a situation where your trust has been betrayed, all your affections that you were pouring in, and it doesn't seem you're not getting back the same affections, and it seems like, of course, you don't want to share, and apparently her affections are being shared otherwise. Now, in this kind of a situation, it's sort of like being a drug addict. You are attracted to this person, you care about this person, but obviously this person doesn't feel the same way about you. The only way to cut off is to actually, you know what, if you can, delete her number. Delete it. There's nothing wrong there. Delete the number. Take that time, step back, because every time you call her, every time you sit and you think about her, why not engage yourself in something else, whether it's find a hobby, find something else to be doing, or even better yet, why not start dating people within, somebody that's closer to you, because obviously she was using that advantage of distance to perpetrate whatever she wanted to perpetrate from you. You were buying her recharge cards, you even bought her a phone, you were doing things for her. You were sort of like her caretaker. And then while somebody else down there, or other people down there were, enjoying the benefits of your labor. Now, it's unfortunate, but I think one of the best ways to get over somebody else is to move on, to actively move on. It may not be necessarily with someone else, but move on. Focus, if it's to focus on work, if it's religion, maybe you want to pray, maybe if that's what it is, focus on that. If you're a footballer, go and play football, but date other people. Go out, meet new people, actively take yourself out of that position, because the more you sit and you think about it, you feel hurt. And the reason why you feel hurt is because your feelings, it feels like you've been cheated. All your feelings, all your emotions, everything that you've poured and invested, you didn't get back. It's sort of like investing in a bad business and you didn't get the returns that you want. So you always feel slighted. You always feel like, oh, I need to get my investment back. I put so much of my investment. What I'm telling you now is just to cut off. It's time you have to let go. Let her go. That's the only way. You just have to let her go. Let her go away. Wish her well. Don't, no ill wills. What has happened has happened. Dust yourself off. You move on. Because, all right.
Please, extra favor. Can you do me? I don't know that I can do me this favor, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Let me hear.
So, since the incident happened, I won't lie to you. Because even though I like you, there's no genuine lie on you. There's no genuine lie to you.
Of course.
Because since this incident happened, I don't feel all just as the same. Sometimes I say, no, it's not like that. And I feel like this is our intention. So sometimes I feel that we have individual difference.
Of course.
So, for now like this, if you can do me this favor, I need a lady. I don't know if that can help me. I don't need a lady that is dedicated. I think the girl she's working or she's not working, I think everything will be possible.
Okay.
So I don't need a lady. If there's any lady that's out there, because right now, as I'm talking to, I don't have any relationship.
All right.
I just live my life. Sometimes, if I don't have something to do, I'll just get that girl number. Let me just talk to her. There's still. The girl still, nothing is coming up.
I understand.
So right as I'm talking to, I need a girl. Irrespective of our religion, her tribe, as far as the girl is understandable, she can understand me, that's all.
Okay.
I'm not selective.
All right, I understand that, my brother, but I want you to do one favor for me before I actively step in to help you out. I want you to do one favor for me.
Okay, sir.
I want you to work on yourself. The first thing and foremost, because I don't want to introduce you to somebody and then you're still hung up on your ex. I want you to go back into yourself. I want you to map out, take that time, heal. Map out the things that you want, the likes, dislikes, the kind of characteristics you want in a person, in a partner. Get over this old relationship. That will create the space for a new one. Because it's sort of like when you're holding something in your hand. If you can't let go, you can't receive something new. You understand?
Okay, sir.
Work on yourself. And of course, we're live on radio. I'm going to, of course, help you out, and I'm going to try and hook you up with somebody. But also, as we are, work on yourself too.
That's my number. If there's anything, get back to me, please.
No problem. All right, then. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
All right, then. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is still Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. And of course, this is Heartbeat. The number to call still remains 080-3322-1149. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Morning.
Fine, thank you. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Ibrahim. I'm calling from Suleja.
How is Suleja this morning, my brother?
Suleja is very fantastic.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
I want to give me an advice.
You want to what?
I
I want you to give me an advice.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Just this night, my fiancé hot.
Wow.
He told me that she's traveling. But this night he's telling me that she's traveling back tomorrow. And when she's going is Nasarawa State.
Mm-hmm.
So that Nasarawa State is the another guy she's taking there.
Mm.
And me, I don't want her to go there. What, in my own, what I tell her that if she goes to there, let her ever come with them.
Mm.
So, please, but I want you to give me advice. What can I do now?
Okay, my brother, let me understand this. Your fiance is telling you that she wants to travel to Nasarawa, right?
Yeah.
And you know that in Nasarawa there's a guy there that she's dating. You know this for a fact.
Yeah.
So is it that she came out and told you, I'm going to Nasarawa to go and see this other guy, or she's telling you she's going to Nasarawa for something else?
Just telling that she's going straight to Nasarawa. She's saying that she's going to Nasarawa.
Okay, she's just going to Nasarawa. No particular reason. She's just going to Nasarawa.
Yeah.
Okay, how long have you been engaged to this person? Have you you've proposed and you're preparing for your marriage? How long, and what is your plan? How long have you been together? How long have you been engaged?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. Do you have a date set for your marriage, for your wedding?
You said?
Have you set a date for the wedding?
Yeah.
Okay. My brother, one thing about a relationship, I'm not gonna say for the fact that she's traveling, but you say that there's a guy there she's dating.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how, but you know that there's someone there. Now she tells you she's traveling to the same Nasarawa state, and you feel that she's going to go see that person. A relationship, one thing about a relationship, there has to be some level of trust. Now, that's one of the reasons why I asked you how long have you been together, and you're planning on marrying this person. Now, marriage is a huge leap of faith. You must be able to have faith and trust that this person has your back emotionally, whether in rain, in sun, whatever, in thick and thin, weakness, in strength, in health, whatever, that person has your back. Now, it sounds like, okay, I'm not making any assertions, but it sounds like you don't really trust this person. If she says she's going to Nasarawa, she's now giving you a definite reason why she's going to Nasarawa. It's like you're just assuming that she's going there to see this boyfriend. Now, one thing, a relationship, you have to have trust. You have to trust that person, and that person has your best interest at heart. And if you feel like that person doesn't have your best interest at heart, you don't trust that person. And I don't know how you can marry said person. Now, I think one thing you really need to do is you really need to consider, maybe you go back and think about, is this the person you really want to spend the rest of your life with? Because marriage is a lifelong commitment. This is somebody you're saying, you know what, I trust this person so much that I can lay my life down for this person, and this person can lay their life down for me. I trust this person so much that I want to share and have children with this person. I want to raise children with this person. That's why I was asking, how long have you been dating? How long is, your fiance, how long you been together? Trust is fundamental. Trust is key. Just the same way you want her to trust you is the same way you should be able to trust her. Now, before she travels, before you make any declarations, I think you really need to sit down and actually express to her and explain to her, and let her also express and explain to you why she needs to travel. If it's not a necessity, why she needs to travel and why she's going. And then also let her know, in fact, put it to her squarely. Look, I love you, I want to marry you, and I trust you, and I hope that you in turn can trust me. And so you going, this is how I feel. Have that, like what we talked about, that open, honest, and frank communication. Let her know that this is why you feel she's going, and maybe this is the reason. Let her look you in the eye and tell you, and let her, and if it's meant to be, let it be. If it's not meant to be, if she's having second thoughts, or maybe she feels, let me go and see whether the grass is greener with my ex-boyfriend, open up and share that with her. But giving ultimatums like that, sometimes when you give an ultimatum, people, nobody wants to feel like they're controlled. They might even just break it, not just because they're wicked. Sometimes it's just to spite. But you should have that open, frank, honest dialogue. And if she still is insisting, despite your intuition, despite what you feel, she's still insisting she must go to this place, then you may have to reconsider the dynamic of your relationship. Hello, my brother. Are you still there?
I'm with you.
All right. I think that's the best advice I can give you on this situation. All right, then. Thank you so much, my brother. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and of course, this is Heartbeat, and my name is Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah.
Welcome.
My name is John, calling from Lugbe.
John from Lugbe. How is Lugbe this morning, my brother?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Okay. It's a question that I want to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
And that question, specifically, it's for me. I'm a married person. I married my wife up to, it's getting to 7 years now.
Wow, congratulations.
We have 2 children, boys. When I married my wife, we were doing very good. I trust my wife, she trusts me too. And for the first time, she was not working. She was working as a business. I opened a provision for her. She was working there. After 3 years, from 4 to 5 years,
yes,
I now bring one of my sister to come and stand for that business so that my wife will get another work and be doing.
Okay.
So, as I'm talking to you now, she's a teacher, and my sister is taking care of that business now.
Yes.
So, in the interval of a year, I noticed that I'm not understanding my wife again.
Okay.
The trust I was having on her, I'm not having again. The reason is that she lies to me. She don't tell me the truth anymore. And when I realized and I coach her, discover, and I show her very well that what I ask and what she's telling me is a lie, she will raise anger on me.
Okay.
So as I'm talking to you now, within the year, within the interval of a year now, we are having trouble and we are finding it difficult to cope. The reason is she is not able to take my word anymore.
She doesn't trust
what
you.
Is happening?
Okay. She doesn't. Is it that you don't trust her and she doesn't trust you, or it's the vice versa? You both don't trust each other.
Sorry?
Is it that both of you do not trust each other? You don't trust what she's saying. You feel she's lying to you, and also she also in turn feels you're lying to her. Is that the issue?
No.
Okay.
She did say what you always said is that I'm accusing her for wrong things.
Okay.
That I'm accusing her.
All right. John.
Huh?
Sometimes whenever especially in a marriage, when you've been together for especially as long as you have, especially these years, you have 2 children, she's working, you're working, you're both trying to grow this life together. Sometimes, it gets complicated, it gets difficult, especially when you both have different activities, different goals, and different pursuits. Now, what I want to advise you is this. I don't want you to just accuse your wife. Don't just walk up to her and call her a liar. Why not Why not try and rediscover what made you fall in love with her in the first place? What made you attracted to her? What made you, what were the qualities that she possessed that you decided, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person? Now, conflict is part of a relationship. If you don't quarrel, if you don't have a problem with your partner at some point in time, you're not in a real relationship. Because in the end, both of you are two different people coming together. Why not rediscover that thing that made you fall in love? Why not take her out? Maybe you have an outing together, not with the children, just the two of you. Go out, watch a movie, go and eat fish, go to a bar, something. Reconnect with her. Treat her like that time when you were dating her, when you were trying to woo her, when you were trying to win her over. Tell her some sweet words. Let her know, always constantly reassure her that she is the love of your life and you still love her. Let her feel loved. Let her feel wanted. Let her feel important. Don't just accuse. Now, like I said, you caught her in a lie, and of course it's painful, and you called her out on it. Yes, but why not, instead of scolding her like you're scolding a child, why not have an open, just communicate with her. Talk to her. In fact, let her know how you feel. Honey, I love you so much. You are the love of my life. You're the mother of my children. But lately, this is how I've been feeling. How do you feel? And when you let her know how you feel, listen to her. Just create an environment where you have open, frank communication. You can be able to talk to one another. Talk to one another like you love it. Use those sweet words. Talk to her. Let her try and understand where she's coming from. Don't bring in any extra parties, because it was both of you that started at first. Right now, it's time to reconnect. Go back to the beginning, like how it was in the beginning. Treat her like that very special girl. Instead of, the mother of your children, treat her like that very special girl you wanted to marry in the first place. Win her heart over again. Let her feel that love again. Because sometimes, when we get into this kind of rut, is because, we tend to forget, or we tend to neglect what started the relationship in the first place. Why not reconnect with your wife first? And then, in that moment, don't scold her, don't shout at her. Just talk with her, communicate with her. Be soft, be gentle, be open, be loving. Communicate with her on that level, and you'll probably find a way back to her heart. Okay, Mr. John? Hello, Mr. John? John, it looks like we lost that call, but if you're out there, I hope I've been able to give you some a little piece of advice. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? I can barely hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, good morning.
Aha, there we go. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you. I must appreciate you. You are doing a good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My name is Nicholas.
Nicholas, where's Nicholas calling me from?
Calling from Lugbe.
Nicholas from Lugbe. How's Lugbe this morning, my brother?
I'm very fine, and you?
Ah, fantastic, fantastic. Talk to me, Nicholas. What can I do for you?
Yeah, please, I have a problem.
Okay, Nicholas, can you speak up? Can you speak a little louder so that we can hear you and you can hear us properly?
Right. I have a problem.
All right, thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. When I was in Lagos, I was...
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Nicholas, can you turn down the volume of your radio set? There's a little bit of interference in the background. Hello?
I'm using my phone to call.
Okay, I mean, is there a radio near you? Is there a radio near you?
No, it's just my TV set is on.
All right, okay. All right, talk to me. I can hear you now.
Okay. I said I started dating at the age of 20.
Okay, okay.
But there's a problem I have.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot approach a lady face to face.
Okay.
Yeah. But ever since I started dating, I've dated up to, let's say, 4 girls as of now.
All right.
Now I'm 28 now.
Okay. Okay.
So there was a girl I had we had an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So when she took it for me, I went to their parents.
Hello, Nicholas. I'm losing you again. Oh, just could you please just be speaking loudly so we can hear you? Okay.
Okay.
Aha. Thank you.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much.
Okay. So after our delivery, I now took her to my mom.
Yes.
So I asked her to stay there so that my mom can just, because my mom was not aware.
Mm-hmm.
So after the delivery, I now took her there. So I now went back to my work.
Yes.
So that she was with my mom. To my greatest surprise, she now, after 4 months, she just suddenly stopped breastfeeding the baby. So on the other side, she was giving the baby one side of the breast. So I was like, why is it so? Because I am aware of all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because when my mom used to nurse my younger one, so I mean it's not correct, it's not right for a lady to give one side of the breast on the baby. So my mom once just like one time she just called me and said, have you been noticing? Because I was not saying that whenever I come, I'll be hearing several complaints. I just decided, so don't support the matter show. So when I came about a month or 2 months ago, I discovered she was pregnant again.
Okay.
So on me, on normal occasion, I don't like kids girls. I just like when I find what I want from a girl, I'll take it down because I don't see what other one girls have, which this other one doesn't have. So I just believe that I should have one.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
I will be perfect. I will be contented with that one. So when she took in, and now my mom now called me that she's a lady. This is what she observed to do. And now I called her. This is my family compound. I don't believe you can. Because she was cheating on me. So she now took it. Okay. Yeah, I was not sleeping. I dropped her at my family compound. Now go back to my own house. So I now talk to her. I said, okay, how are we going to solve this issue? Can you just find let me find you some money. You can just find a solution to it. If I get surprised, I can give her the money. Now when I bought a brand new phone, so starting and
she bought a brand new phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just then after 2 months later, my mom started complaining. So I now called her. How far?
Hello, can you speak up? You said you called her to do what?
When I gave her the money to go
and she bought a brand new phone, and then your mom was complaining. Okay.
A brand new phone with money. So when my mom just came, she told me that she's a lady that she can't decide the things. Things are not moving right. So I now called her. I said, okay, let us just visit the doctor so that we can resolve this issue. Let me know what is going on. When we went to the doctor, are you pregnant? She said, yes. Okay. What about the money I gave you? What? So it was like, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. Before we entered the hospital, I now asked her, how many months? She said it was 1 month. Okay, 2 months. This is about 3 months after this. I now asked her, she said it's a month plus. So I told her, okay, we should go in. When the man asked me how far, I said, okay, this is what happened, this is my situation. Because that was my first experience. So this is what happened to me. I don't want it because of the family. It was in my family compound. If I told it was just when me and her was living together, I think we have resolved the issue. Just yeah. So it's a simple something. Just let me just say that So when we get there, she can't even tell me the truth, just between me and her. So when we get there, the man now answered to me from the bed,
Hello, Nicholas. Nicholas, you have to speak up or you're going low again.
Okay, sorry. So when we get to the hospital, they asked us to sit down, and the man now used his hand to touch on her belly. So I said, the pregnancy is almost 4 or 5 months. How can you tell me? Why she told me the pregnancy was just 2 to 3 months, or 1 month, so this is a month plus. So that's where I was. I was very, very angry. I now left her there. I get back to the house. I told my mom so that this is not right. So my mom was very, very angry. So that's how we departed. So when I get to work, when I returned, I think she took all her property. She went out. At that last week, or year before last, I called her. I told her, get back together. I was really sick. We went back to the abortion and presently as I'm talking now, I entered talking. I would see she's holding a brand new baby. She's with another baby. With another baby. So let me just say she has moved on with her life. So
yes.
I was trying to plead on her as in let's just make things we should just come back because the baby I was the one that suffered for the baby right from 6 months when the baby I was the one that I stopped my work and I know the baby up to the year after 2015. So I'm doing it. Let me just say that.
Okay. All right. Nicholas.
Yeah.
I think you want to get back with her for all the wrong reasons. For the fact that one.
No, she's married.
Yes, she's married. Okay, she's married now with another child, and you had the first child with her, but
it's not even one child. She's having 2 issues now.
Oh, 2 with her husband, with her current husband.
Yes.
So what about the child, the first child she had with you?
She don't even care. She don't even call. She don't even come to check on the baby. She don't even know how years the baby is. How he's feeling now. She don't even care.
Okay. So is it that you want to get back together with her, or you're trying to find some?
I don't want to get I just want to find somebody that will be okay for me.
Okay.
I'm just.
All right, I understand that, Nicholas. If you want to do that, you also whoever you're going to meet up with, the future person you're going to meet up with has to know and understand your situation, especially pertaining your child. That you have a child with a previous person, and so that person, whoever that's going to come into your life, must be able to take care, because right now your priority should be that child, taking care of that child, loving that child, especially since the mother of the child does not the mom is not there. That you are that child's primary caregiver. You're that child's primary love, and thank God your mom is alive, and they have that support. So anybody you're going to get with must understand that and must appreciate your situation. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why
so,
I don't want to rush into a relationship.
No problem. No, I think it's a right decision you made not to rush into the next relationship. Just take your time. I think what you should do right now, focus on taking care of that child. Focus on taking care of that child. Focus on bettering that child's life, providing the best that you can for that child. Now, there's always somebody for you to love. There's somebody out there who's going to love and appreciate you for exactly who you are in your situation. Just be open, be honest, and be direct. And also, from this situation, from this last experience you had with your previous baby mama, with the person that had your child, that, the next relationship you should have or you should consider, I think the best thing is to look before you leap. Don't get that person pregnant and then force them to come and live. No, let it be of mutual consent, and let there be that open, honest, and frank dialogue between the two of you, so that you know that the two of you, who are individuals, are coming together for the betterment of yourselves and your lives. Okay? Hello, Nicholas.
I'm with you. I'm
So
with you.
we'll do what we can. I'll save your number, but also on your own part, you should also focus right now on taking care of that child first and foremost, primarily.
I'm really doing that, and my mom is really, really there for me.
God bless your mother. God bless your mother and all the efforts she's making. Don't worry, Nicholas. It's going to be okay. It's going to get better as time goes on. It's going to get better, and we'll do what we can to help connect you with that very special person. Okay? All right, then,
Thank
Nicholas.
you, and God bless you.
God
Thank
bless you too. Thank you so
really
much,
appreciate
Nicholas.
the work. You're
You-
doing a good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, have a pleasant evening. Okay? This is still Heartbeat on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. The number to call still remains 080-3322-1149. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program, my brother.
I'm very, very busy now. I just want to collect your number.
My,
I can get your number.
my personal number.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't really share that on air right now, but what I'll do is I will try and text it to you when this program ends. Is that okay?
At the end of the program.
Yes, I will try and send that to you at the end of the program, but I can't share it with you on air. Is that all right?
That's it, no problem.
All right then.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
All right then. Thank you. All right. 080-3322-1149. Hello, good morning.
Yes, just coming back.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
All right, what can I...
Yeah, no, as you were saying, you didn't finish this thing. You were the one talking.
Okay.
I complain about my wife that I'm not understanding after we stayed for more than 7 years.
Yes, I don't know if did you hear everything I was saying? I thought I actually completed it. Did you hear everything that I was saying?
Yes. I ended because it was mistake by mistake.
Yeah, okay. You ended the call. You didn't hear. That means your radio wasn't on. You weren't hearing what I was saying then.
Yes.
All right. What I was saying to you, the primary thing I was saying is that I think you need to reconnect with your wife, especially when it gets to at least 5 to 7 years in a marriage. You know, sometimes we tend to forget that the person that we're married to was single. Well, this person was an individual. That person was the person we loved. You were chasing. You saw her as the apple of your eye. But now, right now, it's like she's the mother of your kids, and it's sort of, you're just going through the paces. And I think you have to reconnect. You have to reconnect with that person. You have to always remember that this person is still that same girl that you met, that you were following, that you chiked, that you married. She's still that same individual. And you have to reconnect with her and find that person once again. Find that love once again. So I think maybe what you should do, you shouldn't scold her. Don't scold her like she's a child. She's your partner. And sometimes in a relationship, it's normal to have conflict. It's normal to have a conflict of interest, and especially when it comes to a situation like yours. Why not reconnect with her? Why not spend time with her, away from the family, away from the children, just take her out. If it's to take her out to dinner, take her out to a movie, connect with her. Show her that love. Show her that she's still the apple of your eye, and this is still the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Reconnect with her, communicate with her, share your goals, your plans, believe, and also listen to her. Actively listen to her. And then at least when you connect with her on that level, why not just then, that's when you can now share, okay, my love, this is, honey, these are the things that are bothering me. And I just want you to know, and I want you to, feel free to express yourself to me, to open up to me, so that you can reconnect and be that person that she loves and trusts. And you can also see that person that you made that commitment to, that you love and trust. She's not a different person. She hasn't changed. She's still the same person. This is just another aspect. So it's just for you to reconnect, take charge and just reconnect with her. Calm down. You know, sometimes you have to just play the fool. You have to calm down to try and connect with that person so that you can reach that goal, reach what you want, and get back that love and that trust that you share with her.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. All right, then. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Heartbeat. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Sam Rex, calling from Durumi.
How is Durumi this morning, my brother?
Fine, bro.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Yeah, before I step up, I have to just congratulate you. I've been listening to your program all this while.
Okay. All right.
I really appreciate what you're doing, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But in case of my own problem now, I'm dating a girl, but there are two. Let me just make it like that. There are two, you understand? But the confusion thing is that it seems they are always doing that same thing that I wish, as in that I like. So now the thing now become a kind of a headache, like a selection headache to me, that I don't know the one to choose as a person that I wish to stay personal in my life, or the one I should say I don't love you. Because if I should say that person, if I should say that one that I'm not interested in a relationship again, it is as if I hurt some part of me and hurt her entirely. So if I should say that one, so it's a kind of confused to me. I don't just really know what to do. I say, well, since I've been listening to this program, let me just call to know if the kind of advice you may give to me, because the thing is really give me a deck. Nobody, they don't prove stubborn to me. It seems as if, if I say Mr. A, you should do this, then Mr. A will do it. Then if Mr. B, if I say should do this, you still do that same thing that Mr. A do to me. So the thing,
all right. My brother, in a situation like this, I think, first and foremost, I think what you're doing is actually a very good thing, that you want to actually now settle down with one person, that you want to put that one person in your life, and you're now having this kind of dilemma. Yes, there's nothing wrong when you're dating, but when you choose that one person you want to settle down with, it's always a tough choice. It's always very difficult. And especially in a situation like yours where both parties are exactly what you want, but it's hard to choose between them. I think what you're going to have to do in a situation like this, you know what, if you can, get a piece of paper, write both their names, do pros and cons of both of them. And also for yourself, also, you know, the two of them, they may seem similar, but there's differences between the two of them. Whether you like it or not, they have different names. There's differences between them. If you have to now make a list, this is what this one does, this is what this one doesn't do, this is what this one does, this one doesn't do. Then in the middle of that list, you're also going to make a priority list of things that you yourself like and you want in your relationships. You'll see that one person leans more on that side. Now, when you've made that choice to break up with that other person, to break up with one of them, when you choose to break up, the only way, because the longer you keep this relationship, the two relationships going, the more it's going to hurt both of them. Imagine if one person finds out that you're dating the other, or vice versa, or two of them both find out. You're going to end up losing both of them, and you're going to end up hurting both of them. So you're going to...
sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in that aspect, you know, on something like that occur, like on Facebook like that.
Yes.
So the other one now comment on my pic that, as in, you know, that kind of, baby, you're so cute, something like that. So the other one now asked me privately based on chatting, like, who was that girl that, you know, I told her that he's just a friend on Facebook. I didn't know that you have gone as far as, you know, as in interacting that girl, that who are you to...
I understand. You see, no problem. I understand that. You see, now it's getting to the point where both of them, it's going to hurt both of them, because now you have to lie to preserve the relationship. You have to make a choice and you have to choose. And when you make this choice, you have to be decisive in it. I'm not going to tell you who to choose because I don't know both of them. And I know it's going to be very painful, especially you don't want to hurt. We don't, as natural human beings, we don't want to hurt people that we care about. We don't want to hurt them. But on a normal sense, we must make that choice. You have to, I think you stepping up now to say you need to make that choice is a sign of maturity that you want to settle with one person. But in the end, somebody is going to get hurt. So I think the best advice is, sit down, really think about who you want to be with. And when you make that choice, you just be straight, be honest, go to the other person and just let them know, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for hurting you. It's going to be painful. Trust me, it's painful. It is difficult. And there's no two ways about it. She'll hate you. I'm not going to forgive you. She'll cry, things like that. But in the end, she's not going to die. It's going to be painful, but she will grow from that point and she will move on. Because to be honest, the longer that you're going to keep this, the longer you're keeping this relationship with the two of them, the more painful and the more hurtful it's going to become when both of them discover the truth. In the end, the truth will come out. What's important is you staying ahead, taking charge of the situation, taking responsibility for your actions, making a choice, and moving on. Okay? All right. So, all right, just take your time, settle down, decide what you want to do before you do it, okay? All right, then. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thanks, Luan. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. God bless. 080-3322-1149 is the number to call on Heartbeat. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay, my name is Hilda.
Hilda, could you please turn down the volume of your radio set? There's a bit of echoing there.
Okay. Am I okay now?
Just turn it down a little. In fact, if you can turn it off totally. Just turn it off totally.
Okay.
All right.
Is it okay now?
It's better now. It's better. Thank you.
Okay.
Where are you calling me from, Hilda?
I'm calling from Lugbe.
Lugbe, how's Lugbe this morning, my sister?
It's fine. But,
fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
I'm really enjoying the program. This is my first time on radio.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But I was listening this guy that said the baby, the woman that left him with the baby.
Yes.
Please, can you give him my number so that if we can be like a mother to the baby too?
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
All right, I will do that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Amen. God bless you too, Hilda. Thank you so much. Okay?
I would like to have your number too.
Okay. All right. I will give it. I can't give it to you on air, but I will find a way and get in touch with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right then. Thank you so much, Hilda.
Thank you. God bless.
All right. Have a fantastic morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. The time is 12:50, and it is a beautiful Friday morning here on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And of course, this is Heartbeat. Number to call still remains 080-3322-1149. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Could you please turn down the volume of your radio set?
Okay.
Just turn it, if you can, turn it off totally or just go away from the radio. Hello? Looks like we lost that call. If you're out there, please call me back. And if you're calling in, please always turn down the volume of your radio set so that you can hear me and I can hear you and we can communicate properly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir.
All right. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Guagalada.
Fatima from Guagalada, am I right?
Yes, sir.
How is Guagalada this morning, my sister?
Guagalada is good.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Okay, I need advice from a friend.
Okay.
A friend, she's married.
Mm-hmm.
She first married with 2 kids.
Mm.
So she left one with her husband.
Okay.
She now remarried somebody.
Mm.
And she went with her daughter.
Okay.
So, and this man she married has a child with somebody else.
Mm.
So when the man has a child with somebody else, he told her about it.
Mm-hmm.
And once in a while, the woman always asks her husband, did you used to hear from the boy?
Mm.
And he will say yes.
Okay.
So later, and this woman, she always calls her child with her ex-husband.
Mm.
She always calls the child, but she has never wanted to call her ex-husband or anything. And the ex-husband has never wanted to call her for the daughter she's been with.
Okay.
So this man she later married as a second husband.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, the girl that has a child for him will always call him to discuss. And that time used to be a problem for the marriage.
Mm.
So she always tell him that, look, man, I don't want your conversation with this woman. I just thought you want to talk to your son.
Mm.
But the conversation with this lady, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So the same, he's the mother of my son, the mother of my child, you can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is bringing problem to them.
Mm.
So I want you to advise the couple, please.
Okay. All right. In this situation, of course, it's a very unique family dynamic in the sense that the lady has a child. She left her first husband she had 2 children, left her first husband, and she has a child with her. That's the daughter, although her son is still with her ex-husband. Now, living in this current house, her daughter is with her, and the husband that she is married now has a child with a woman that he had already previously told his wife.
They have never had a child since they are married.
Okay, they haven't had a child yet. Okay.
Yes.
I understand how the woman will feel, especially him talking to his ex, the woman that he has a child with. Now, it's painful and it's difficult, especially the fact that they have a child together and they're communicating. But you can't stop that communication. What can happen is the man should be more respectful of his current wife, and maybe whatever conversations he's having with his ex, especially for the fact that they have a child together, should be discreet. Now, this is a very complicated situation in the sense that if he's too discreet with his conversation, his current wife will feel maybe he has some sort of relationship going on with his ex. If he's too open about it, it's also very painful, especially with somebody that you love and you're hearing all the things that they're saying back and forth. Now, I think it's something that it's for the fact that they're married, for the fact that they're living together, and for the fact that he's also taking care of the daughter or the child of his wife's ex husband. It's something that both couples need to sit down and really iron out and discuss. Maybe there should be some sort of arrangement, maybe in the sense that the conversations that they have, maybe it should be regulated. Maybe they should choose days. Okay, look, I know that so time to so time, I respect my wife to this point where I'm not going to have a certain kind of conversation with my ex in my wife's presence. He should also establish that boundary between his ex, that's the person that has a child with him, and himself. Maybe, okay, look, you can't call me from so time to so time because my wife is here, and you have to respect the fact that she is my wife, and that kind of thing. So yes, I understand how he has to, he's always going to forever be connected to this woman in the sense that because they have a child together. But also, the wife should also understand that it is a complicated and tricky situation, especially for everybody. I think it's going to take time with constant communication constant, when I say constant, open communication, so that both parties can know where we reach a point where everybody can coexist happily. It's not an easy thing. It's a very complicated thing. But for the fact that she's letting him know, and also her husband should also be willing to make changes and adjustments, in the sense that, okay, draw that line, draw that boundary. Yes, she's your ex. Yes, you have a child together, but that relationship should respect the current relationship, should respect the current marriage. It's a very complicated thing. But I feel with constant communication, and there shouldn't be, oh, why are you talking? Because it's going to get to a point where it's going to be like a competition. Oh, but you talk to your ex-husband. Why am I not allowed to talk to my ex-wife? You know, you don't want to get to that point. The wife, I think, it should be open. Should be open, should be accommodating, and she shouldn't be condescending. She shouldn't be, oh, don't talk to this person. No. You know, let her know, let her husband know that she knows and understands, but this is how she feels. You know, this is how it feels, and you know, she's not very comfortable with it. With time, a man who loves his wife will learn, will tolerate and respect his wife, and create those boundaries. Create those boundaries, you know, between his ex and his current wife. Create those boundaries so that his current wife can feel happy, safe, and secure in their marriage and in their love. All right then. Thank you so much, my sister. All right then. Have a fantastic morning. Take care. All right then. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is Heartbeat, and we have just a few more minutes before we call it a day. So, who's going to be my lucky last caller for the evening? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my lucky last caller.
Good morning.
Morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Ugoma, calling from Abacha Barracks.
How is Abacha Barracks this morning, my sister?
Fine.
Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
I was even trying to call back yesterday. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the network.
Probably. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. It's about this guy.
Okay.
Let's say the third guy that have wife and a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's about him. I don't know.
Okay.
Did he say that the wife has boyfriend?
Okay.
Before he got married to her.
Okay, is it the person that called about being married for 7 years and his wife is working? Is that the person you're talking about, or is it the person that called about the woman that had a child for him and then she left and now is currently married with 2 other children?
The one that he got married to, is it the one he got pregnant for him?
Okay. And she left him. She abandoned the child. Okay.
I don't know.
What's your question?
Did the man married her before she got pregnant?
I don't think so. No, I don't think no, according to him, I don't think he married her. I think what happens is that she got pregnant and then he decided to take responsibility and then brought her into his family home. This kind of situation where it's okay, I impregnated you, so you come and this kind of by force you stay with me. Sometimes some people tend to do that. Maybe her family won't accept her, and so because she was pregnant for him, she went to the family home to have that child. I think that's more of the situation. So I don't think he got married to her. I don't think they're not married. No.
Okay. I just want to confirm.
Okay.
You were saying about my number yesterday.
All right.
Well, although I was listening to the station and I overheard people calling that it should.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Yes, a few people were actually very interested in collecting your number, and I said that I'm not at liberty or privileged to give out anybody's number without full express permission from them. Yes, I'm glad that you listened to the program. It seemed like you were very popular yesterday. some gentlemen were actually inquiring about your number yesterday. Hello? Hello. It looks like that line has gone dead. Ooh, if you can hear me, I'm sorry. Looks like we lost that call. But fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we've reached the end of our program today. I want to thank everybody who called in to share their thoughts, to share their views and opinions. And I hope that we, in our little way, have been able to prefer you with some guidance, some solutions, and also some sort of solace and comfort. And we hope that you have the best parts of your relationship come forward. I want to thank everybody that called in. I want to thank my production team, Desmond, Mr. Desmond, the head of the man at the visual department, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. Thank him so much. I also want to thank Baba K in the IT department for streaming us live. Like I said, you can always catch all our programming on all our social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Periscope, you name it, we're on it. Just type in Human Rights Radio. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, leave your comments and suggestions there. Of course, my name still remains Buchi. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts, and I want to wish you all a very pleasant night rest. We'll be back again by Monday, same time, same station. So, until then, remember this very, very important and key thing. There is nothing more important in this life. There's nothing more finite and definite in this life than to love and be loved. Thank you so much. Good night.